There we go. Let's put the Empyrean 2s down. 2s down? 2s down. See, that would normally be a restart for any other YouTube channel. But welcome to Z Reviews, where if I say 2s down, it's a new word. So, we have to talk about lineage, heritage, and failures. So, Dethonray, this brand. If you don't recognize this brand, you're not looking hard enough. Which is an interesting symbol. I've never seen it. It's a lowercase d. All right, forget it. An expedition in pursuit of supreme audio experience. I was this close. How close was I, ma'am? This close to this being a collab. Well, actually, it was going to be this one, the black one with the sticker with the... My history with Dethonray on this channel, for those of you who don't feel like going back and watching the whole thing, this showed up. The Dethonray H1 Honey, or the Honey H1. And it was this huge, giant brick. And it was blue, and I was like, oh. And then it had the knob, and I was like, oh. And then it had like optical input or out and balance, but USB, high-low gain, but... And it felt like the finish, like I feel the finish in all, like Valencia, I feel the finish on this Alpha, I feel the topping. I feel the finish in this WA7 Fireflies, all garbage. All the finishes in the world are shit. Because when you touch this, you're like, oh, I didn't know metal could do that. And that is a consistent trait on all the goddamn Dethonray things. That's number one, is it feels quality. Like it physically, it's just like, oh my God. The way that knob turns and clicks. And look at the shape of it on these. It was like a triangle into a circle, and it just felt so good. And then the sound. Oh. Seals wouldn't have even tried to do a collab, but it wasn't the sound. It was the sound. So the Honey H1 blew my mind. This was like, was it in this house or was it in the old apartment and I moved here? Anyway, it was a while ago. And the problem I have with it is it's a giant DAC amp, and that's it. No Bluetooth, kind of limiting. You have to strap this to another device, which is why you see the Hibby R3 here, which is permanently strapped to it. And I have it, and I've had it for years, and I will probably have it for years. Fast forward to the SG1 Pegasus, which is the unit that came out. I went the wrong way. Unit that came out, Masha Cable sponsorship. And I didn't give it one sticker. I gave it 2 stickers, all right? I gave it feet and fucking licking whatever the hell she's... I fucking love it, because guess what? It's Bluetooth. They took the thing, the sound of the Honey, they made it a little less powerful, made it a little smaller, a little bit sleeker. CEOs, why haven't I heard about this thing for so long? Well, I loved it so much, I was like, all right, let's do the collab. Fatal flaw. This one had a flaw. This original H1 had a flaw. It wasn't a fatal flaw, but occasionally you'd plug in like the optical into it, and it just wouldn't. The USB would work, but the optical wouldn't. And then sometimes and then it wouldn't. Whatever. Original model, first thing, fine. SG1. I did the review of this, gave it a lot of praise, but then there was a problem. And I'm like, can you fix the problem for the collab? And his answer was no. You see, here's how this unit works, and this is a thing that's consistent onto the new one, the Clarinet, which we're going to get to. I haven't even said the name of the product I'm actually reviewing, but this is a long story format channel. If you come here for quick, fast reviews, fuck off! I'm here to drink coffee and do this review twice because the camera decided to record with no audio for the first 43-minute review. We'll see if I can get it to 43 minutes exactly. Wallpaper available in the Wallpaper Horde. Thank you to my patrons and subscribers who honestly want to hear me rant like this. So those are the people I actually make these videos for. If you're a puppy and you're here and you're like, why isn't he getting to the Clarinet? I'll fucking get to it, or check the goddamn chapters things, because I go through them and add all the chapters. Let me tell you about the problem with the SG1 Pegasus. It has 2 batteries. It has 2 sections. It has the amplification section for the headphone amp, and it has a Bluetooth section, which controls all the data, all the throughput to the phone. It controls the digital volume knob. And it's not just a digital volume knob. It's basically almost like, I don't want to say FPGA, but imagine when you turn this on, it boots, it bootloaders, and then it loads a digital volume, and then it has all sorts of things, and you could download and interface with it and upload new sound profiles, which is how I was going to do a collab. I was going to have a special sound profile for it. You know what happens when you have two batteries? They die at different times. And not like within minutes of each other. What would happen is, and the reason I never came out with this collab, was I would take this thing out, I'd pick it up, I'd turn it on. The bottom would indicate what power the battery was. In this case, it's up, blue. Red, green, but green will be fully charged. Blue is like half charge, red is dying. Blue! That indicator is only for the headphone amp battery. Or, no, wait, I'm wrong. You know what? No, I'm wrong. That indicator is only for the Bluetooth portion battery. So I'd be rocking this thing out, going, oh, it's charged. Take it to a store, and all of a sudden my music would go playing, off. And then if I plugged it into a USB, it would start playing again. Because the fucking amplifier battery would die. And the Bluetooth module was just sitting there going, lee, I'm fine, everything's fine. The phone would report 66% battery, and the thing was dead because there's two separate batteries. So I was like, I can't, this will infuriate my audience. I can't, no matter how good it fucking sounded, and it sounds great. I couldn't. We move on to the Dethonray Clarinet, which is mildly irreversible. Back to the old problems. It is a strictly DAC amp, no Bluetooth. No Bluetooth, okay, fine. You have, again, the two USB-C ports at the bottom. One for charging, one for data. Has a high-low gain switch. You've got nothing. I can tell you the fascia of this says nothing, and I'll peel this off if you want me to. I did it before, I'll do it again. And then top has your 4.4, your 3.5, and then a combo coaxial and optical input, which is great. So I could take this, and it does come with the adapters for coaxial 3.5 and optical to 3.5, so you don't have to worry about it. It also comes with the weirdest USB jumper. Like this one is a DD Hi-Fi one, and it's nice and short. It's beautiful. It's letting this Hibby R1 put my money where my mouth is, because I said, why would you buy an $85 DAP that can't really power anything? And then someone said you got to go update the firmware, and then it does the thing. 3.5, $85 DAP, fine, whatever. This is its purpose. This is its sole purpose. Is to glue it with all right, fine, I'll fucking unplug it. Take that one out, which is like a good size, and this one is massive. Let's blue tack, by the way, like poster tack you'd get if you're a college kid and you putting up posters of Captain Marvel in your room. Captain Marvel and Black Panther, whatever goes in your room nowadays. Anyway, the reason I like blue tack is because you just do that and it is it's gone. And it will literally hold on to anything. I've got shit stuck in my car to the dashboard with that for 5 years. Well, no, wait. For 9 years, I've had blue tack holding a thing down in my car. So here it is. Here is the raw beauty. With your green indicator, with apparently two batteries again. Because if we go to the website, which apparently my browser has closed, so that's fun. All right, let's get music playing again. I'm going to plug you into the coaxial digital. So, we're just playing USB, and it's got green up here and green at the bottom. Plug that in. Let's plug in another headphone. Empyrean 2s don't come off the wall nearly enough. The reason I like the Empyrean 2s for the testing desk over the Empyrean 1 or the Elites. Elites sound great on everything. These give a shit about their source. Some headphones give a shit about their source, and this is a perfect fucking thing. All right. I remember what I said the first time around. And it's going to get real preachy and crazy because coffee doesn't help if you want to hear sanity. Fucking hate redoing reviews. Yeah, dismiss that. I'll get you a new one of you later. So this unit, which is the Dethonray Clarinet, high quality portable USB amp DAC, $223. That is a reasonable amount of money for the amount of audio quality that comes out of this unit. In fact, that's fucking great. In fact, there is a pro version, which I've already messaged Hi-Fi Go and they said, sure, we'll add it to the list of things to send you. Which is, I think, which is taking forever, $469. And you know what these specs difference are? Nope, Neither do I. Doesn't fucking change. Has prettier pictures for everything, but does not change the specs. Doesn't change anything on it, I can tell, except the knob, instead of being this beautiful kind of purple, gives gold. So I'll let you know when I get that one and I tear it. Here's the thing. We're back to a DAC amp combo. No Bluetooth. You got your optical and coaxial input. So technically you could use it on a desk. With a laptop, more like on it. If you're using a laptop, you use USB. But this, I love this. This is, for me personally, I like this. And then what happens is I plug it in to what cans? Are we still on? We're still on you. Go back to you guys. Oh, I have nothing playing here. Should I play music? I'm distraught this morning. All right, I'm angry and distraught. I hate having to drink coffee, and nothing is playing. So let me turn it all the way off. Wait. Turn it on. Wait for it to cycle. And now we're playing. So now, the weight is... All right, I'm going to tell you the flaw, because I figured out the flaw. All of these have a flaw. The battery bullshit in these, the fucking wouldn't pick inputs on this one. Do you want to know the flaw on the Clarinet? Because... All right. Before the flaw, let me give you like a little 60 seconds. This sounds better than anything I have on my desk in front of me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what Dethonray, because it's one man. When I was doing the collab, I was emailing back and forth with the main engineer, one guy. And I don't know what his deal is, but he's a fucking magician. If he put this sound into a full-size unit, which I think they have, and it's coming, I'll link it in the description if it exists. Yes! Link the Dethonray desktop unit. It does this fucking thing with sound. It's like a class A, yet warm, yet clear, yet tube, like vibrations on the bass. Like, it doesn't sound neutral, and I want everything on earth to sound like it. That has been true for every single Dethonray product ever. The flaw. So. The volume knob is the power button. You click it below that, and it goes click and turns off. The problem is, first of all, this is fully digital, so there's a slight delay. So it's like if you turn the volume knob, it like does that, which is fine. It means that you don't have a dirty pot or any of the problems. That's one of the things they advertise as like the reason you should buy this. The high-low gain is also interesting. Put it to low gain, and there it is. You hear it. I'm going to switch it to high gain. Listen to this. When you switch it to high gain, oh, that took a second. When you switch it to high gain, it goes down to like 5% volume and slowly ramps up for the course of 5 seconds. Indicating to you, hey, you idiot, you switch it to high gain, we might blow your shit up. Gives you a nice long time to figure out, oh fuck, and lower your volume knob down. As was demonstrated just now, because it's basically a computerized volume control, sometimes it stutters. And sometimes when it lowers the volume and you turn the knob, then nothing happens. And you're like, why is nothing happening? Please something happen. Oh God, and then it lowers. But the real problem, the thing that might cause some of you to look at this and go, yes, I'm not buying that, is when you're turning the knob down. Did you see what I did? Did you catch it? Do you hear music? Volume knob is up. What'd you do, Zeus? Is this a magic trick? Sleight of hand? No. I tapped the stop before it goes click to off. And even though the light never blinked and nothing ever turned off, it no longer plays. And then you have to turn it off and then turn it on again. So if you aggressively turn the volume down, just like maybe someone's trying to have a conversation, maybe she comes over to you with the dog leash and she's like, hey, take me for a walk. I'm like, oh, cool. Let me turn the volume down for a second to hear what you're saying. If you bounce off, not even go past, like hard, like just boop, she goes sleep time forever until you reset the volume, until you reset the whole unit. That is the saddest shit ever. Because when you take it shopping or something and it's in your pocket and you're like, someone comes up to you and like, hey, where'd you get that melon? That's a beautiful melon. And you're like, oh, well, hold on. I'll go show you where I got this melon. Magic cable. The problem comes down to now I have to fucking reset it every goddamn time. And this would be solved very simply by just putting a separate power button instead of it on the knob. But every one of these units is powered on by the knob. 5 years of this. And I don't know if it was a problem with this original one. I don't think so. This also was mildly a problem. Like if you went down too far in this one, it would disconnect your Bluetooth and you have to re-sign it again. But it was at least like you had to like physically turn it. This is like as soon as you touch. All right, let me go to next track. Next track. Oh, it sounds so good. Sorry, what's AC/DC's playing, right? Decibel. Fuck yeah. Oh my god. TH1100 RPs. Mark II. I gotta lower it for a second. It's a little loud. Touch. 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 There it is. There's a third one. I was trying to see. I can get it to go down and not turn off. Third time's the charm. And it's just smallest amount. And here we are. And if I unplug this, like maybe to reset it, let's see. Hold on. Because it will auto-detect. There's no other controls, by the way. There's high-low gain, which I showed you what that does. And then it picks whether it's the coaxial, the optical, or the USB on its own. So you have no control over that. If I plugged in the USB, it overwrites the optical coaxial, so it takes priority. But it's not playing music still. It's still not playing music still. So let's see. If I held it down long enough that it actually turned off, but I didn't click it. So it should come back on now, because I basically just reset it. Please, Mr. Dethonray, if that's your real name, put a separate power button. A switch. I even like switches more than digital buttons. Like an actual physical clink. Like you have to push it down and over and it'll pop back up and then it's on. And then I could lower the volume all the way down, raise it all the way up, and it doesn't fucking care. Also, the lag and I've had it where I've turned the volume knob and nothing's happened. It's not all the time. I can't reproduce it on this right now, but some shit just goes and it just decides not to lower the volume. And this is not a review where I'm like, oh, this thing is garbage, you shouldn't buy it. This is the one flaw. It doesn't have Bluetooth, which is, I guess, 2 flaws, which I would like portable like this in my pocket with a button to your next track, last track, play, pause. One button. You need 2 buttons. You need a power button on this side. Then you need a single button here. Big fucker. That's in my pocket that I touch it, play music. Double tap, next track, triple tap, last track, pause. With Bluetooth built into it. And then when I turn the unit off, I flip my switch. And my knob can stay beautiful and completely on its own for volume. I fucking love the way this sounds. And I don't even think the Pro version has a better DAC. They both have the 4493S. Which, you know how I remember the 4493S? Because I read this last time. AK4493S. S for superior. And like if we zoom in, it's got the DPPU Desktop Plus power unit, which apparently, and you should really all get this plugin for Firefox, and you should all use Firefox and support them monetarily because they're my favorite browser for 20 years. I'm going to read this verbatim, and you guys can look at that graph, and you'll get it, but Clarinet adapts high-voltage customized battery power system designed for high fidelity while ensuring separation of digital and analog power to eliminate circuit noise from the source. Easily coping with the headphones from 10 ohm, 120D, IM3 headphones and actual cases, the high-voltage PSU remarkably improves efficiency of clean power supplied to the system with noticeable qualities in transparency and background noise control without the need to excessively dampen the output. I don't know what that means. All I know is it's showing this, which is bad, or that's bad, but it's showing 8.4 volts up and positive and negative into two things. So digital power, which would be the interface and everything, and then analog power, which would be for the amplifier. And then it's showing the dirty and then clean, but then no. But then this one is showing 3.3 volts into 1.8, 3.3 power to 3.3 to 5 volt digital to analog power. And then it's dirty and then dirty and double dirty and then thing. Scientist man explains that. What the please, someone else fix his graphs. Oh, the Clarinet adopts the volume knob as the human-computer interface with touch and feel software sampling algorithms. I again, you can't fuck with it. Also, the max power output, because this thing, oh. Losing my mind. Wish somebody would. That's Richard Cheese's version of that song. That's Rage Against the Machine. Not Rage Against the Machine. Last Resort by I'm losing my. Fuck! I know that song. I know the original. I probably had it on MP3 back in the day. Who sang? Losing my side, losing my mind. Okay. Either way. The power output, single-ended, is 2 volts RMS into 32 ohms. And the power output balanced is 2 volts RMS into 32 ohm. So does that mean it's not balanced output because it's the same voltage? But why are you giving me a voltage RMS as the output for the single-ended balanced output, 32 ohm? What? Battery endurance, 7 hours. I feel like it's a little bit less than that. But I probably only use it for about 2 or 3 and then started charging again. And that's, by the way, these specs and everything written here is the Pro version. No. Yeah, this is the Pro version, yet it shows purple knob, pink knob, and then that looks like a bronze knob. Meanwhile, the Pro version clearly has just a gold knob on it, which, this is the reason I asked them for it, because I need to know. Whereas this one is also the normal one, which shows either a copper knob or a purple knob. We got multi-copper knob. Nothing about this says Pro anywhere on it, so I'm just going to assume we didn't get the Pro version. All right, because this was loaned to me by a person. Oh, we should probably talk about the case. All right, so Zeos, how does it sound? God fucking tier good. All right, I'll take this. If I can get this sound in any of my desktop equipment, hit a button. Boom, sell me to it. Sell it to me. Sell it to me. It's been the thing with every Dethonray product has been sell me this sound. The problem is working around the outside of it, getting it to go. Here's the case it comes with. Let me take the bag out of it. It is stitched. It doesn't feel like leather, doesn't smell like leather. It's got a hole here, which is an offset, like it's not even in the center of this, which all that does is reveal the word clarinet and the logo, which isn't even the Dethonray logo. I don't know what that is. It's like an A made of lines, and it's very tight. It's tight to the point where I'll get it in approximately, oh, Jesus, that far, and then I'll quit putting it in there so I can take it the fuck out. Because if it just went in there, I'd have to put something in here and jam it down. So you might want to lube up, boys and girls, but it doesn't matter. You don't want to feel this. You want to feel this. It still has everything about Dethonray stuff that I love. Number one, the sound. I could pull this out in a blind taste test. You want to know that I can't wait to do one of those. At some point, I'm going to organize like a meet and greet at like a Headphonia or a Can Jam, and we're going to do blind taste tests. And you're going to be able to. There'll be like 5 units, 5 price points, and you're going to have to pick which one of these things you're listening to, like $5,000 tube amp, or you're going to listen to a RME with, through our Valencia, and all sorts of different sounds and profiles, and you'll be like, all right, now which one is playing now? And I'm pretty sure I could pick this out because it sounds different enough in a great way. So let's... perfect sound. It sounds perfect. It's a perfect sounding unit. You want to know what perfect sound is to Zeos? Buy a fucking clarinet. Even if it's not the Pro, even if it's a regular one. Throw away your $200. Build is fantastic. It lacks all the features, all the functions I like. I like the high-low gain, the way that it sort of... But then, here's another thing that it'll do occasionally. Let me bring back up Foobar. This is fun. I Love Boobies, extended version. I'm going to switch it from high to low. All right, it actually went down. Last time I did that, I switched it from high to low. I switched from high to low. And it just sat there. Nothing changed until I just touched the volume knob. And that was something that these guys did. Because it's like the computer falls asleep. There's a whole little computer in here that's looking at the volume knob and the switches. And you flip something and it's like, well, you got to do something else or else I'm not going to do the thing. It's like, it's infuriating. Sometimes it might even happen to high gain sometimes. Although now it does the high gain where it lowers and raises. But every once in a while, it just doesn't function. It will do the thing. It's just waiting for you to give an input somewhere else. I love the way this sounds. I'm actually enthralled by the way it sounds. I've had that R1 stuck to it via Blue Tack for fucking weeks, listening to it. And then it's one of those units that sounds too good to review with. That's something I didn't say the first time around on that video. There's too much goo on this one. Hold on. We gotta make our goo even. By the way, I'll link to Blue Tack, which is my favorite thing to link to on Amazon, because it's like $5 for so much of this. You could glue your whole car down, and then you go sploop, and we're good. And I would put this wire on it, but it's ridiculously long. I love this fucking thing. It's so bad in the interface department, the way they have it, but it feels so good and it sounds so good. It is always 7% away from being the most recommended thing on this channel. Any Dethonray product. USB DAC is there, so let's power. Do this. So now this should immediately mute that, like it did, because it takes over, the USB takes over, and now Tennessee Toad from Leo Cote is now playing, so the... Oh, did it pause? No. Did she just give up? We're doing this together, everybody. Okay, there it is. Yeah, no. These are $2,500 headphones. I think. I don't know what the Mark IIs are going to end up costing. In no scenario will they be at a Can Jam sounding better than they do playing off an $85 DAP plugged into this $230 unit. This is it. This is the most they need to sound. It's the best they need to sound for you to sell it to anybody near it. The most fucking meticulous fuck in this hobby is going to listen to these. If you hid this, if I did like one of these, I always want to do one of these. Like you hide it and you have it like, oh yeah, look, it's plugged into my $2,000 Valencia thing. And you hit play and they would listen to it and go, oh my God. You know what? I have Valencia cases. I have hollow Valencia cases with nothing in them because they were just like pre-productions. Maybe I'll make a fake Valencia. Stick a Dethonray in it. That doesn't help my point though, because on my amp, well, this is, if you don't know, this is the amp. I'm here. All right, fuck it. I'm going to preamp Valencia with that clarinet right this second. Shit, I've committed to it. Hold on a second. Sounds so fucking good. Quick re-promotion of Valencia. It's $2,000 on Apos. It's gonna be on Mimic. If it's not on Mimic already, it's sold direct. All this amplifier is, because it was a collab with me, is to make whatever you put into it come out bigger. All right? And this is, while it's a little bit tuned down, it's not a powerhouse, but it's certainly enough for most headphones. But then you do this, and now I've got a 17-watt Dethonray, which is fantastic. And that's a little promo for fucking Valencia. Whatever. The point is, I don't trust this as far as I can throw it, Because if this decides to just, right now the volume's just going to be full for, computer-y reasons, I die. We all die. Channel dies, hearing explodes. But fuck, does it sound good? You sound so good. If only Daddy could make it so that you're not a brat. Like, there it is. There's the clarinet. That's her. In the anime girl machine form. She's got the sharp teeth, and she's dressed like that, and she's probably going to chew some part of your body off, and you're going to die. Would you? I would. I'm doing it right now. This is instant death if anything fucks up. But my God, it's worth it. Scarypreamps.org. All right. That's the Amanchu soundtrack, which is an anime about a girl who it just makes friends scuba diving, and it's so pretty and soft. Final results of this. I fucking love Dethonray. Please let me advise you on the basic structures of how things should operate, and then go fucking berserk. Because I mentioned it for these, that you could load profiles onto it to change the sound. You can do that with this. It says it in the fucking description. I'm not going to get there because I don't want it to sound better than it does. I'm already losing my goddamn mind. I might do it with the pro version. If the pro version shows up, I'll start fucking swapping profiles in the pro version. But number two, none of that is going to fix the thing, because that's a physical contact where you're disconnecting power, but it's not quite disconnecting power. So unless you add more buttons to it, I've already described. It needs a switch and a button, and it's solved. Switch, a button, and Bluetooth. The end. And one goddamn battery. Obviously, the creator is obsessed with his separate powers for the whole... Like, the first image on that thing is, show them how we separate the power. The problem with that is, if one part dies and the other part lives, and you're not indicating it properly, it's useless. It's annoying, and it's the reason I didn't do the goddamn collab with the SG-1. I want this to be so good. I want you to be my baby. Why won't you be my baby? So, am I recommending the clarinet? Yes, abso-fucking-lutely. If you watch this entire video and you want to know what absolutely, like, holy fuck. I'm trying to imagine if another brand came out with like a $200 thing that sounded this good. The world would fucking die. Assimus Al brought it out, topping over, got out. I'd take this over the Mojo 2. But I can't. If I had the Mojo 2 or this, I like the build on this better, and I like the volume knob on this better, but everything else about this makes me want to my skin off. Where the Mojo 2 will just work, and it's 3.5 only outputting bullshit. They could beat Chord. They could do it. But they gotta just tighten up these fucking loose ends. Since this is the second time I'm recording this video, I've gone from like excited and all over the place to just like, I want to sit down in a chair and get fucking blackout drunk because I'm like, oh man, it could have been the best. It could have been fucking, could have won a World Series. Oh, I forgot to bring those about. Those are soon. Soon. Not this wire though, but soon. Soon. I'm done. This is my second time around. Was it 43 minutes? Because I hooked it up to Valencia, which I mentioned in the first one, but never did. And now I did it. Now it's like, we are on low gain here, by the way, because I'm not. Oh. This is how I would show off Valencia at shows. I get one of these and brought it into distribution, and just everyone will be like, my God, that Valencia sounds so good. And I'd be like, yes, it does, even though it's all the clarinet. Anyway, I'm done. The song was fading out. Was get ready to stop the camera. Patreon subscribe star. If you like these mad ravings, you want me to keep yelling the honest truth, feel free to support me. You get to join the discussion a little bit early in the comments on YouTube. If you want to know why there's comments on YouTube that are like 2 weeks old, that could be you. You could be that asshole who's like, why the hell is he here for 2 weeks? And like, patrons, bitch. Patreon or subscribe star both get access to main channel reviews early. If you want IM reviews, those are for free on the Patreon and subscribe star. So if you check out the links, you probably find a free post for all the IM videos that I have coming up. Yard sales from the 1st to the 10th, or 2nd to the 12th, or 15th to the 30th, depending on how I decide to make yard sales work. Holidays, bro. How do they work? You can buy gear that I've reviewed. Not this. This is going to someone else, and not any of the Dethonray stuff, because I have 2 of these. I don't need 2 of them. I ain't selling you them. They're too good, no matter how broken they are. Yeah, and then the sound demos, lots of sound demos for when I do sound demos for headphones and speakers. And for $15 a month, you get into the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat where you get to ask me questions directly, participate in yard sales. Well, all the other stuff up. And then, wow, the coffee is hitting me, but in a weird way, in like a weirdly passionate hate yourself kind of way. Maybe I should have added alcohol to that, not butter. No, butter is better. Just a little bit on top. You see it floating there. It's a keto thing, but I'm not on keto. It's just like adding butter to my coffee. It adds a little saltiness. Yeah, so $15 a month, patronage chat. Talk to me, ask me questions, get into a lifetime swap me channel to buy, sell, and trade gear. Just make a post. You sell your thing, you delete your post. People PM you. It's pretty good. I've used it once or twice in the 8 years since its inception, and there's hundreds of people. There's like 480 people in there. So if you're actually interested in buying things or selling things, that is a great little marketplace. In the meantime, I'm going to drink this coffee and pretend to be sad when I just want to keep listening. I'm just going to keep listening to Valencia with the clarinet because it's just fucking the dynamics and the smoothness and the Glad this wallpaper worked out. Let's see if this video has audio on it, because if I have to do this a third time, I'll actually be drunk in a stupor.